world is crumbling into chaos, and as everyone just lies around waiting for it to happen, pretending nothing is going on. I may see dead people, but I also see a lot of idiots out in the world. Everyone just sits around waiting for something to be done. But there's a problem. When everyone just sits around and lies and waits, nothing ever gets done. The idiots running the world, the idiots tearing it apart, will drive us into chaos. That's the way I see it. Just give it time. You all see for yourself that history is about to be made. Hello, everyone. Oh my God, I can't believe this is all happening. It is good to see you all, or let you listen to my sexy voice. Today is March 20th, 2015. Happy belated St. Patty's Day. Now, for those of you who do not know, I'm not really much in a celebrating mood. I've been kind of really busy with some last minute plane preparations. I'm getting ready to go on a big trip to China. I'm going to be there for a little over a week. Of course, with the time difference between here in southern Idaho and in Beijing, Shanghai, and Xihong, where me and a few of my friends are actually going to be staying for a while. You know, that's pretty great. You know, most of the time China's, well, in tomorrow. So I just wanted to cover over a few basics, just to talk with y'all about a few things right now. I apologize if you hear some background noise. My neighbors are fucking around with BB guns. In fact, they just shot up the side of my house, so there's going to be a really big fight coming here soon, but that's not what I want to talk about. Anyway. So, of course, spring break is coming about. We have a lot of... I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted because of my dumbass neighbors. So anyway, we have a lot of things going on right now, so it's pretty exciting. Tomorrow, my family's actually throwing a barbecue as a way of celebrating China, because this is my first time ever going on a plane, and I'm really excited and also really nervous. I've never really done something like this before. You know, I have my worries, but hopefully everything gets sorted out. So essentially, what this episode is going to be about is, you know, it's spring break chat. You know, talk about a few things before I leave, and wish y'all a good time. Hopefully, y'all wish me a good time, because I'm so freaking nervous. Of course, as many of my friends and family have come to me saying that they were a bit disappointed the fact that I had decided to go to a communist country. And maybe some of you have that similar ideal as well, but honestly, what gives you the right to judge? You know, I've been doing my research. I've been contacting some of my colleagues who are actually in China right now. There's a good chance I might actually meet up with some of them while I'm over there. I honestly hope I do. because we never really actually met in person. We talked about a few subjects online. But really, when you think about it, the Chinese aren't as bad as people make them out. They actually enjoy life over there, and there's actually aspects in which people try to implement here in the States the Chinese already have, because even though it is a communist country, they do share freedoms. In fact, right now, in some areas, you can get away with blowing up a bunch of fireworks. They say it's highly condemned, but nobody's really going to bust you about it because, well, everybody over there likes a good fireworks show. Right now, the only reason that's being held back is because of heavy pollution and smog. That, in fact, apparently it's been getting so bad some days, you might as well be lighting napalm. But again, enough about that. That's actually a point I kind of wanted to say. We're dealing with this fucking mess with Ferguson, all of these people claiming racism all over the country, sending us back a couple hundred years. The same thing happens with, Eastern countries like China. In fact, we're all brainwashed in some ways, and even people over in China admit to that. In fact, they believe that, capitalism, what we represent here in America, is bad, and all those other rumors that basically cause everybody in the entire world to hate the United States. But you know what? They actually don't. It's those dumbasses Fox News always portrays that causes those fears. It's not really that bad. Of course, I'm staying out of the Middle East due to the war situation, but I'm not going to put the blame on the common people over a few fuckheads like ISIS. The people over there are actually really nice, apparently, and I do really hope that everything goes well with this trip. I do have my worries due to the fact there are some things going down in China right now. In fact, it wasn't too long ago when a little girl was recovered in the UK that they announced that there is a bit of an organ trafficking situation going on, in which China is apparently a harvesting grounds. So I do worry the fact that we do have some younger members on the group I'm going with, that something's going to happen, and hopefully everything goes well. I am traveling with a company called Education First Tours, or Tours as the company go by. If maybe some of you have heard of them, some maybe have actually traveled with them. They're pretty cheap flights, and they have tours that virtually anybody can go on, but their stuff is more geared towards, upper high school and college students. Families can go along, but they have to pay their own price, which is actually what's been going on with my group. It's not so bad. We needed more people to come anyway. But I do hope that everything goes out all in all. Also, I do have a couple of announcements I wanted to kind of go over. I'm actually working on a few projects right now. In fact, as for my written works, I've decided to try a little something to help boost the publicity for my books. So essentially what I'm going to do is write, several short stories, put them out as ebooks for about roughly 99 cents. Then once I get a collection of like 20 or 30 short stories, depending on how well all that goes, I'll put those stories out as the paperbacks and the hardcovers. So be sure to keep a watch on my social media pages. I will be announcing those as soon as possible. In fact, there's two I'm working on right now. One that I want to really get done today, so that way I can get everything prepared and have it so that it actually is available to purchase while I'm away in China, so y'all can get yourself a little cheap entertainment. The first one I'm working on right now is titled "The Truth About the Paranormal Raiders." Essentially, some of my worries about this trip and the fact that we've had recent planes kind of go missing or come down in the wrong way in China, around China, kind of makes me worry that something's going to go all wrong while on the flights out and back in itself. So, but even with that, this is actually to kind of straighten out a few details about how I got started in all of this, because, well, number one, I usually explain things better when I have them written down, and number two, the people I would be leaving behind if something tragic were to happen don't know all the details and may accidentally or on purpose in some cases alter the details, in which in most cases with the specific people I have in mind tend to make people look bad. But still. So, right now I'm setting everything up so that way the truth about the Paranormal Raiders will be released on Nook and Amazon Kindle by the 31st, which should be roughly the time I get back, depending if nothing goes wrong, because since I am technically an adult, I might be instated as kind of the watcher of the group in case something, kind of goes south. Which honestly doesn't make my nerves any easier, but I'll work with it. Shit, what was that? Anyway, yeah. So in case something does happen, I can make sure how nothing is confused, nothing gets distorted. I know I'm making it sound like I'm some sort of mass criminal or some sort of hidden vigilante, but nah. This is just me explaining some of the stuff that I didn't really do a good job with in the first place. Excuse me for a sec. Alright. The second one is actually a project I'm kind of just doing so that way I have something to deal with long ass layovers and wait in my hotel rooms once I'm up in China. It's going to be bound in Beijing. It's going to be kind of a love story turned dark, something like that. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to really turn out. I'm kind of waiting to see for myself, because I don't really write with a plan ahead of time, other than really generalized points I want to hit. Now, originally this wasn't really planned to be a part of the universe I'm kind of setting up with the ones who walk all worlds. But some of the things I've already dropped in as initially Easter eggs kind of do set it up so that way it would be in the same universe. So I'm thinking that the books of short stories I mentioned before can be fillers for any gaps in the timeline I've already presented, as well as present new points, so that way we can get something put together. Make a very complex puzzle. So we'll have to see how that goes. I'm not exactly sure how that's all going to work out. So like I said, the physical copies of the short stories will be available once I've collected and written enough of them. And I'm not exactly sure when that is going to be. So like I said, there's roughly 20, maybe 30 planned. I'm going to have to just see how it all kind of fits together once I actually get to writing. So like I said, this has been a pretty exciting, pretty nerve-wracking last few days, getting the last minute preparations all together. This. I really hope nothing goes sideways with all this. There's a few struggles I'm having to deal with at home that likely going to blow up as soon as I'm gone, because a lot of people are chicken shit of the tall ass guy. And considering I just found a bunch of piles of dog shit thrown at my back door, right where my neighbor's house is, right where the neighbor's back deck is roughly 2 feet from. It's kind of a close quarters living situation that is turning very hellish. And I've already notified my landlord that something was going on over there, so kind of had to just lay back and see what happens. It gets irritating. But also, so like I said, there's going to be long ass layovers. I know I'm kind of bouncing around here, but it's just my nerves kicking in. I'm so freaking nervous for this. I've never flown on a plane before. Well, actually I did. But it was due to a medical emergency, and I was in and out of consciousness the entire time, so not much to really talk about as far as that. But it'll likely be included in the Truth About the Paranormal Raiders due to the fact that there was a very spiritual experience that happened during that time frame, which influenced a lot of things. So like I said, be on the lookout for it. I'll make sure to have messages scheduled for when I'm gone. These will take you to links to various YouTube videos I put together, maybe previous episodes of this show or any of my other shows I've done. Maybe show off some products I have available at my Square store. That's all I really wanted to talk about, just announce a few things. Oh, that's right, there was one more thing. There's also kind of an announcement inside the short story, or maybe like a mini autobiography, I should probably say. That about something that just recently happened, roughly 11 days ago. I'm very proud of, very surprised that that actually happened, but and when I may get back, I may actually try to expand on that a bit more. So, like I said, be on the lookout for everything. Just keep an eye on my social media pages. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I know that it's been kind of dropping. Twitter and Facebook numbers have been kind of dropping a lot lately. Social media is kind of doing a cleanup right now to where any inactive and fake users will basically be deleted. Normally, for situations like that, they are running out of server space, and honestly, it's kind of comforting Facebook's knowing that, because wasn't it in the almost 300 millions that was the estimate of how many people who have Facebook profiles are actually dead? And I believe I've read somewhere it was like more than half of people that are on Facebook. So it's kind of disturbing. So anyway, even though China does have those blocks on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, YouTube, such things like that, I'm going to be trying to work on a way to possibly send pictures through social media outlets. I think I may know a loophole that I'm going to work with. So that way I can show y'all, literally the other side of the world. So wish me luck. There's a lot of exciting things going on right now. I hope you all have some sort of exciting plans going on for, spring break. Have a good time. This is kind of a short episode, but that was really intended. So see you guys all later. Hopefully see you when I get back in the country. I'll see if maybe I can't put together like a nice little video for when I get back. So that way I can show y'all everything that went down, because we're going to go see some amazing sights. And being that I am somewhere over 350 pounds and 6'7", and we are likely going to be taking a rickshaw ride. Yeah, we're going to kind of want to take some photos of that, see how that works out. Poor bastard. So anyway, like I said, keep an eye on my Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus pages, and see what I can do to maybe send out some pictures while I'm gone. If you happen to be in either Boise, well, no, not really Boise, it's going to be really early in the morning. If you happen to be either in Salt Lake or Seattle this Sunday, come by. Feel free to come by the airports. I'm not really going to specify where I am. If you happen to see me while I'm there, feel free to come say hi. If you have a copy of my book, I'll sign it. I would love to see some of y'all, so that way I can ease my nerves a bit. So anyway, I guess I should probably let you all go. Like I said, feel free to check out my Facebook, Twitter, Google+, my official website. Like, share, retweet, whatever. I'll see you all when I get back.